There are a lot of amendments to the Constitution that are under fire.
I couldn't care less.
The First Amendment, which Pouty Fuckwinkle thinks only applies to ideas he agrees with, all the way through the others, like gun ownership, privacy, cruel and unusual punishment.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
Ooh, that is cruel. Then there's states' rights, birthright citizenship, probable cause, voting for women, and here's one six-pack Pete loves, repealing prohibition, and one he doesn't like, women's suffrage.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles.
But right now, if I had to pick an amendment that really needs attention, it would be this one, the 25th Amendment. And why? Well, people in Congress and the military, as well as foreign leaders, see the growing danger of Trump's flatlining cognitive skills. In other words, he's rapidly losing it.
They had what?
Forgetting names and dates and lashing out, not just because he's a psychopath, but because he's a malignant narcissist. Earlier this week, Representative Madeline Dean confronted House Speaker Altar Boy Mike Johnson over Trump's speech to the generals, which we'll get to. Listen to this.
The president is unhinged. He is unwell. What are you doing? A lot of folks
on your side are too. I don't control.
Oh my God, please. That performance in front of the generals, that
I didn't see it.
is so dangerous. You know I serve on Foreign Affairs and Appropriations. This is a collision of those two things. Our allies are looking elsewhere. Our enemies are laughing.
I just left
you
the
have a
speaker's,
president who is you have a president who is unwell.
Holy shit, very interesting that Johnson's response to the president is unhinged isn't, how dare you, ma'am, the president is our greatest, most powerful patriot. But rather, Johnson said, a lot of folks on your side are too. It slipped out. Johnson knows Trump is crazy, but he's frozen with the knowledge that even if the Dems get control of the House, the Democrats would never get the 67 votes in the Senate to remove Trump because there are legitimate crazy people in the Senate protecting him, like Tom Cotton or Tommy Tuberville or Josh Hawley.
I spoke with a Capitol police officer who was out there at the time. She told us that Senator Hawley's gesture riled up the crowd, and it bothered her greatly because he was doing it in a safe space, protected by the officers and the barriers. Later that day, Senator Hawley fled after those protesters he helped to rile up stormed the Capitol.
No, we will not remove Trump through that process, but the 25th Amendment is a possibility.
Governor Pritzker, for the first time, calling for the removal of President Trump from office.
This on the same day the president said dangerous cities like Chicago should be used as training grounds for the military.
We should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military. Because we're going into Chicago very soon.
To Chicago.
Suggest that you're going to arrest people or that people don't deserve to be U.S. citizens when they are, just because they oppose the President of the United States. I mean, there is something genuinely wrong with this man, and the 25th Amendment ought to be invoked.
So how does the 25th Amendment work, and does it have a better chance than impeachment? We'll get to that, but first, did you see Trump and Hegseth in front of those generals? These guys were forced to come and listen, but that doesn't mean they put up with his shit.
To our enemies, F-A-F-O. If necessary, our troops can translate that for you.
These guys know what F-A-F-O means. Fuck around and find out. They probably invented it before Hegseth was beating up little girls on the playground. The generals are just disgusted they have to listen to this TV star bottom bitch try and act tough. I'm pretty sure while Hegseth was speaking, the generals were thinking,
go fuck yourself.
And remember General Milley's goodbye address?
We are unique among the world's militaries. We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Yes. Trump effectively said that Milley should be executed.
And they say, we don't need him. Freedom, freedom. He's a dictator. He's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator.
But back to Trump. Listen to his slurred speech and meandering thoughts despite a working teleprompter.
We should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military.
You want to do anything you want. You can do anything you want. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank. There goes your future.
We went, in a way, woke. That was probably the first sign of wokeness. They've had it. They've had it with Trump. You don't have to be that good with nuclear. You could have 1/20th what you have now and still do the damage. You can't let people throw around that word. I call it the N-word.
And of course, there's so much evidence that Trump is this close to a complete collapse. So what can Congress or the cabinet do if Trump says he wants to, I don't know, nuke Russia or nuke North Korea? I mean, he's truly capable of anything. And Trump has already been impeached twice for stealing documents and for inciting an insurrection.
As we come on the air, President Trump has just been impeached on both Article 1, abuse of power, and on Article 2, obstruction of Congress.
But the Senate didn't get near the 67 votes to remove him. But what happened with these generals and his 2028 hats shows you he doesn't plan on going anywhere. So what's the alternative? Well, it's the 25th Amendment. So what is the 25th Amendment?
So how would that work? The vice president and a majority of the cabinet members would have to vote. The VP then becomes acting president, but the president can object, forcing the VP and cabinet to vote again within 4 days in order to kick the vote to Congress. The House and Senate then have 21 days to decide. Both need a 2/3 vote, otherwise the president resumes his duties.
That doesn't look easy. So the question is, if Johnson and others in MAGA know he's unwell and capable of permanently harming our democracy and principles upon which we were founded, might they start working behind the scenes to remove him? I mean, you know Vance hates him.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
And little Marco, he fucking loathes him. If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan. I'm wrong. But how crazy would Trump have to get? Well, that's an interesting question. And that he's already saying he will attempt to violate the Constitution by running for a third term, and the Trump's handpicked SCOTUS will most probably back MAGA's push to suspend habeas corpus, arrest U.S. citizens, permanently move troops to Democratic cities, arrest and prosecute members of the press, as well as political enemies in the federal and state governments. And Trump has many willing ass-kissers ready to help him achieve his insane goals.
This administration has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department. We are done with that.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state. And I'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals. Go be cops.
We're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice.
Look, there's a mass psychosis that occurs occasionally, like a macro version of Lord of the Flies, where seemingly normal people fall to their knees and worship their cult leader. Kill that goddamn bull! And as I'm putting this together and listening again to Johnson's response,
The president is unhinged. He is unwell. What are you doing?
A lot of folks on your side are too.
it occurs to me that this virus infecting the men and women who will just wave goodbye to our democracy, sell their children's future for a Bitcoin, and watch us descend into a sad and dark place, all via this sociopathic skin tag, well, it makes me wonder, can we get an amendment to remove them?
I think the president is definitely f***ing Satan.
They know how to get to me.
Goddamn right.
I kept my underwear on.
They had what?
You're a nasty person.
Bloated and fat and disgusting.
We're a nation that speaks English.
Look, it's something like that thing's dog ugly.
Who are you talking to?
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am
I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.